Now, a look at weather around the region and across the country on WYMT First Alert Weather Now. And now, a look at the latest top stories from WYMT Mountain News.
Coming up on First at 4, the search continues for a Southern Kentucky man who's been missing now for more than 3 months. And churches and organizations in Pikeville collaborate to put on an event for those who want to worship.
Plus, we've got showers returning to the forecast as soon as tomorrow. The details on if they could come with thunderstorms as well ahead as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
A Southern Kentucky family is pleading for help in a missing person case. Ricky Griffiths has not been seen since the 4th of July. Both police and his family in Wayne County suspect a crime was committed. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to Griffiths' mother and has more from Monticello.
It's been 3 months since Ricky Griffiths was in this car. They believe that something may have happened to him while he was with other people in this car. They were able to recover his car, his wallet, even his phone. And they say that even some strange communications were received from him in the days after he was last seen, but still no sign of this man.
And God's going to do justice to the ones that hurt him, that took him from us. God, I'll leave that in God's hands.
Alice Mabe says the last text message she got from her son's phone was not characteristic of how he would communicate with her. She believes he was with the wrong crowd the last time he was seen or heard from. She does not believe he will be found alive, and even the Wayne County Sheriff says foul play is suspected. She admits that he was involved in drugs, but that he did come home clean. Now he hasn't come home at all, leading to a nightmare she wouldn't wish on anyone.
We just want to know the truth. We want to know where he is. We've been given false leads. We've been told lies.
The Wayne County Sheriff says he is actively investigating this. He says he's done a number of polygraph tests, and he says he has at least one more to go. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Anyone with information should call your local police department or the Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
Well, clouds continue to be on the increase for many of us as we run through the nighttime hours. However, before then, sunshine continues to at least work through parts of the region. Mountain Parkway at Slade, 73 the current reading. Again, few clouds moving through, but notice how it's framing the beautiful fall foliage that continues to change colors, as a matter of fact, outside. And we'll see more of that on the way. Temperatures, upper 60s, low to mid 70s out there. It is mild. We are, for many of us, above average. Should be in the low 70s this time of year. And, well, many of us are. Some of us are in the mid 70s, so above average. Few of those clouds continuing to push through, especially the central portions of the region. We'll continue to see those move out, but more off to the west will move in, like we've been talking about. Keep that First Alert weather app handy, because as we head into tonight, we'll see those clouds continue to increase as our low dips down only into the middle 50s. Coming up, though, the latest on when we could see even some thunderstorms returning to the forecast. That's coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, thank you, Evan. It was 1 week ago when Eastern Kentucky native and country music icon Loretta Lynn died at 90 years old. Now folks from across the nation have come to the mountains to pay their respects, dropping off flowers and taking tours of her home at Butcher Holler. Paintsville Tourism Executive Director Jeremiah Parsons says the area has seen a large influx of folks coming to pay their respects, not just from here in the mountains, but across the country.
People since her passing have continued to come by and visit the home place, visit the store and the museum. They all want to pay their respects. We've had people locally do the same as people from outside of the region come in. People really want to honor her and let her legacy live on.
Parsons says folks from as far as Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and Minnesota have paid a visit in the past week. We will hear more from Parsons and some of those visitors tonight at 6 and 11. An event hosted today in Pikeville was all about preparing people to plant change, churches, and community by working together. WYMT's Buddy Forbes gathered with the minds behind the Together for the Mountains Summit.
Churches, organizations, and faith-focused folks from all around gathered today, breaking down barriers by coming together for the mountains. The church summit invited people from all around to the Appalachian Wireless Arena, hearing about church planting, rebuilding, and making the mission matter.
We've tried everything.
With worship, breakout sessions, and guest speakers, organizers say the event was a great time for Jesus followers to fellowship.
Just dreaming about the future of Eastern Kentucky and how the church can play a role and making a difference in this place, loving their neighbor, and so yeah, it's really encouraging to see the hearts that are excited about what Jesus is doing.
Arnett says the idea is to plant the seeds now to see how things grow, and maybe planting churches comes as a result. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Organizers say the event was a success and they hope to see the region changing for the better through the people who showed up today. Hear more about that coming up at 6. Deputies in Madison County are taking part in some unique training. The training is about showing deputies how they can handle individuals with autism more effectively. In 2021, the CDC reported 1 in 44 children in the U.S. is diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder. Officials say this kind of training is long overdue.
And that's something we certainly want to avoid. If you have someone that's on the spectrum and maybe their caregiver's been involved in an accident, and they're incapacitated, what do we need to do to help this person that may not be able to speak very well, may not be verbal, and how to get them the help they need?
The department is working with a Lexington-based nonprofit to design the training. Toyota in Georgetown opened up its North American engineering headquarters to show a sneak preview of what they are working on. Production engineering executives discussed the future of manufacturing and workforce needs. They kicked off the event showing how they are using virtual reality and robots to automate the car building process and speed up production. Vice President of Production Engineering, Tom Buffetta, says they are always looking for ways to be innovative.
One is really how do we educate our workforce, to build that product of the future. And today we were able to show different types of virtual reality where we can, bring our current product in with future product or future tools that currently don't exist today, but we can bring them in a virtual world and we can actually train our team members before we actually have a tooling or vehicle that actually exists. So we're able to pull that head in an environment.
The Toyota Production and Engineering Center continues to look forward to the future of mobility. Coming up as First at 4 continues, why wait for Black Friday deals after Thanksgiving when you can get some of them now? We'll explain.
Plus, soggy weather returns as we head into late tomorrow and into early Thursday. The details on if some storms could be possible as well. Coming up.
Now, a look at weather around the mountains on WYMT First Alert Weather Now. The latest forecast from WYMT First Alert Weather.
Weather-wise, still quiet for now, but we're going to increase the chance for showers and storms as we head into the day tomorrow. Here's the view from Pikeville on our Pikeville Medical Center camera. We're all quiet at the moment. In fact, you even see what looks to be a plane or a helicopter starting to come in for a landing near there at PMC. Lights are on otherwise in the city. Temperatures are still mild in spots. 60 in Jackson, 57 in Pikeville up to Logan. But some of us have already dipped into the 40s tonight. Manchester, Middlesboro, and Monticello, the 3 M's at 49 apiece, and 46 in Clintwood at this hour. What's doing this for us? Well, we had high pressure in place throughout the day today. It continues to move off to the east. That's ahead of a frontal boundary with moisture surging out of the Gulf of Mexico and warm air. So despite the fact that we're increasing clouds from the west tomorrow, we're going to see an increase in our temperature. In fact, warmer than today, even with showers moving in and that cold front still to the west. We'll see those clouds begin to move in as we head through the nighttime hours. They'll still move in. The fact that the clouds are a little slower than anticipated, the reason some of us are already in the 40s tonight, we're watching maybe a few showers out west. Some showers could be with us as early as midday. Those will move out. What we need to watch for in the afternoon, some of those breaks of sunshine. If we see that, that'll help to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit. And we're talking the potential for maybe a strong storm or two. You see some of the red cores here on future view clouds and radar as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. Any one of these storms could have some gusty winds and heavy rain associated with it. This is not a severe weather outbreak, but some trees down. That's certainly on the table as we head into tomorrow. We've seen that several times, especially with the wet ground out there that we've had. And again, we're going to watch those through the evening. Then as the front moves in later on in the evening, a few more showers, and here comes the front with the storms as we head into tomorrow night. So planning your day out tomorrow, may be able to leave the jacket at home. Depends on how you feel about the 50s. 57, 59 to start. We're up into the 60s to near 70 by midday. Slightly breezy as well as those showers and storms increase. We make it up into the mid-70s, and it wouldn't shock me if somebody gets into the upper 70s as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Finally, storms push east. The last of the showers push east overnight. By the early morning hours on Thursday, we're starting to clear out to at least partly cloudy skies, if not full sunshine. We're cooler as that cooler air begins to filter in. We're only in the 60s for a high, and we're calming things down as we head into our day on Thursday. Northwestern half of the area, level 1, marginal risk for severe weather. Again, brief damaging winds, brief heavy rain. Wouldn't shock me if we see a severe thunderstorm warning tomorrow, but this is not a huge deal. All of our severe weather parameters are in the low category. It's just something we'll need to watch because while overall the threat is low, we can never rule out any of these, especially in that second severe weather season. We're here to give you the first alert and keep you safe. On that Community Trust Bank 7-day forecast, where your weekend is always in view. After the front moves through, we're cooler on Friday. Grab the hoodie, the jacket if you're headed out to high school football on Friday night into the low 40s. Our Appalachian Wireless game of the week looks good on Saturday. Temperatures in the 70s for another front. Knocks us back from the 60s Sunday into the 50s on Tuesday. Some chilly weather ahead. Steve?